Welcome to quicktechie.com, Palo Alto Networks, Network Security Generalist Certification Training. Let's dive into next module.
Advanced WildFire Overview. Okay, let's talk about the Advanced WildFire Overview. WildFire is a powerful security service from Palo Alto Networks focused on stopping malware. Imagine your firewall is like a security guard checking packages for dangerous items. Traditional security is like giving the guard a list of known dangerous items, signatures, to look for. But what about a brand new dangerous item that isn't on the list? Advanced WildFire is Palo Alto Networks' solution for finding these brand new, unknown dangers. It is a cloud-based service for identifying and analyzing unknown malware and malicious files. Cloud-based service means it runs on powerful systems in the Internet cloud managed by Palo Alto Networks. You don't run this analysis system yourself. It's for identifying and analyzing, figuring out what it is and how it behaves, unknown malware and malicious files. Unknown malware is harmful software, like a virus, that your regular security software hasn't seen before, so it doesn't have a signature for it. Malicious files are documents, programs, or other files that are designed to do harm. WildFire is specifically for checking files that look suspicious or haven't been classified yet. WildFire goes beyond traditional signature matching to detect novel threats. Traditional signature matching is like checking if a file's fingerprint matches a list of known bad fingerprints. This is fast for known threats but useless for brand new ones. WildFire goes beyond this. It uses advanced techniques, like actually running the suspicious file in a safe, simulated computer environment, to see what it does. If the file tries to do bad things, like changing system settings or contacting a suspicious server, WildFire knows it's malicious. This allows WildFire to detect novel threats. Novel means new or original. WildFire is designed to find threats that have never been seen before, often called zero-day malware, by analyzing their behavior, not just matching a known signature. In summary, Advanced WildFire is a cloud-based service that specializes in finding brand new, unknown malware and dangerous files. It does this by analyzing their actual behavior in a safe environment, going beyond just looking for known digital fingerprints, making it effective against threats that traditional security might miss. Palo Alto Networks' cloud-based service for identifying and analyzing unknown malware and malicious files. Okay, let's focus on Palo Alto Networks' cloud-based service for identifying and analyzing unknown malware and malicious files. This explains the core purpose and location of the WildFire service. WildFire is a security service provided by Palo Alto Networks. It specializes in dealing with dangerous files that appear on networks. It is a cloud-based service. This means that WildFire runs on powerful computer systems located in secure data centers managed by Palo Alto Networks in the Internet cloud. You don't install WildFire software or hardware in your own data center. It's a service you use over the Internet. The main purpose of this cloud-based service is for identifying and analyzing unknown malware and malicious files. Malware is harmful software like viruses or ransomware. Malicious files are any documents, programs, or other files that are designed to cause harm. Unknown is the key word here. WildFire focuses on files that your regular antivirus or security software hasn't seen before, so it doesn't have a known signature, fingerprint, for them. These are the files that could be brand new threats, zero-day threats. Identifying means figuring out what a suspicious file is. Analyzing means studying how the file behaves to see if it is dangerous. So, WildFire is like a specialized lab in the cloud. When your Palo Alto Networks firewall or SASE service sees a file that it suspects might be malware but doesn't have a known signature for, it can send that file to the WildFire cloud service. WildFire then performs tests and analysis in its cloud lab to determine if that unknown file is actually malicious. In summary, Palo Alto Networks' cloud-based service for identifying and analyzing unknown malware and malicious files means that WildFire is a security tool provided by Palo Alto Networks from the Internet cloud. Its specific job is to receive suspicious files that your other security hasn't identified and perform detailed analysis in the cloud to figure out if they are dangerous malware, even if they are brand new threats. Goes beyond traditional signature matching to detect novel threats. Okay, let's focus on goes beyond traditional signature matching to detect novel threats. This explains what makes WildFire advanced compared to older security methods. Think about traditional ways of finding malware, harmful software like viruses. Most older security systems use traditional signature matching. This is like having a large list of digital fingerprints for every known piece of malware. When a file comes into the network, the security system quickly checks if its fingerprint matches any on the list. If there's a match, it's identified as malware and blocked. This is fast and effective for threats that have been seen before. However, cyber attackers are always creating brand new malware that has never been seen by security companies. These are novel threats, threats that are new, original, and don't have a known fingerprint yet. These are often called zero-day malware because security systems have had 0 days notice about them. Traditional signature matching cannot find these novel threats because their fingerprints are not on the list. WildFire goes beyond this limitation of traditional signature matching. Instead of only looking for known fingerprints, WildFire uses different, more advanced techniques to analyze files. Its most important technique is behavioral analysis. It actually runs the suspicious file in a safe, simulated computer environment, like a sandbox, and watches what the file does. If the file starts doing suspicious things like trying to encrypt files, change system settings, or connect to strange servers, WildFire knows it's malicious, even if it has no known signature. By doing this behavioral analysis and other advanced checks, like using machine learning, WildFire is able to detect novel threats, the brand new malware that traditional signature matching would miss. So, goes beyond traditional signature matching to detect novel threats, means that WildFire doesn't just rely on looking for digital fingerprints of known malware. It uses sophisticated methods like analyzing the behavior of a file to find and identify brand new threats that have never been seen before, making it effective against the latest dangers. WildFire and CDSS interaction. Okay, let's explain how WildFire works together with your security platform and the cloud services. This is the WildFire and CDSS interaction. Remember that WildFire is the cloud-based service for analyzing unknown malware, and CDSS, Cloud-Delivered Security Services, is the broader term for these advanced cloud services. Here's the interaction process. 1. When the NGFW, SASE sees a suspicious, unknown file, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis. Your Palo Alto Networks firewall or SASE service, NGFW, SASE, is inspecting network traffic. When it encounters a file, like a file being downloaded or uploaded, that looks suspicious but doesn't match any known malware signatures, a suspicious, unknown file, it doesn't just guess. Based on the WildFire security profile configuration, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud. It uploads a copy of the suspicious file securely over the internet to the WildFire service running in the Palo Alto Networks cloud. 2. Once the file arrives in the cloud, WildFire analyzes the file in a safe, virtual environment to observe its true behavior. WildFire uses special techniques in the cloud. It puts the suspicious file into a simulated computer environment that is completely isolated and safe, a safe, virtual environment, often called a sandbox. It then runs the file in this safe environment and carefully watches, observes, its true behavior. Does the file try to install itself? Does it try to change system files? Does it try to connect to strange websites? This behavioral analysis reveals if the file is malicious by seeing what it does, not just what its code looks like. 3. Based on the behavioral analysis and other checks, CDSS leverages global threat intelligence to classify the file as malware, greyware, phishing, or benign. CDSS, which includes WildFire and other intelligence services, combines the behavioral analysis results with its vast database of global threat intelligence, information about threats seen worldwide, Using this combined information, CDSS makes a final decision to classify the file. It determines if the file is malware, definitely harmful, like a virus; greyware, potentially unwanted or harmful but not strictly malware, like adware; phishing, a file related to attempts to steal information, like a malicious document; benign, harmless and safe. This classification result is then sent back to your NGFW, SASE platform. In summary, the WildFire and CDSS interaction is a process where your firewall, SASE, sends suspicious, unknown files to the WildFire service in the cloud. WildFire runs the file in a safe environment to see what it does, and CDSS uses global threat information to classify the file's true nature, malicious or not. This cloud analysis helps identify threats that your local security hasn't seen before. When the NGFW, SASE sees a suspicious, unknown file, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis. Okay, let's focus on when the NGFW, SASE sees a suspicious, unknown file, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis. This is the first step in how WildFire helps find new threats. Imagine your Palo Alto Networks firewall, NGFW, or SASE security service is watching the network traffic, checking files as they are being downloaded or uploaded. This security system is designed to spot potential problems. Sometimes, the firewall sees a file that looks a bit unusual or doesn't have a known digital fingerprint, a signature, in its local threat database. It is a suspicious, unknown file. Suspicious because something about it triggered a warning, and unknown because it hasn't been classified as good or bad yet. Your regular security might not know what this file is. When the NGFW, SASE sees this type of suspicious, unknown file pass through the network traffic, it needs more help to figure out if it's actually dangerous. So, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis. Sends it means the firewall automatically takes a copy of that suspicious file and uploads it securely over the internet. It sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud. WildFire is Palo Alto Networks' specialized service for file analysis, and it runs in the Cloud-Delivered Security Services, CDSS, infrastructure in the Internet cloud. So, the file is sent to this powerful analysis service in the cloud. It sends it for analysis. Analysis means the WildFire service will perform detailed tests and checks on the file to determine its true nature. Is it harmless, or is it malicious malware? For example, if an employee downloads a PDF document that looks a bit odd and doesn't match any known threat signatures on the firewall's WildFire feature is triggered. The firewall takes that specific PDF file and securely uploads it to the WildFire service in the cloud. So, when the NGFW, SASE sees a suspicious, unknown file, it sends it to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis, means that whenever your Palo Alto Networks firewall or SASE security service encounters a file that it cannot immediately identify as safe or malicious using its local information, it automatically forwards a copy of that file to the specialized WildFire analysis service running in the Palo Alto Networks cloud so that the cloud service can perform advanced checks to determine if the file is a threat. This is how new and unknown files are sent to the cloud for expert review. WildFire analyzes the file in a safe, virtual environment to observe its true behavior. Okay, let's focus on what happens inside the WildFire cloud service when it receives a suspicious file. WildFire analyzes the file in a safe, virtual environment to observe its true behavior. This explains the core analysis method used by WildFire. We know that your firewall sends suspicious, unknown files to the WildFire CDSS cloud for analysis. Once the file arrives there, WildFire begins its work to determine if the file is malicious. WildFire analyzes the file. This means it performs detailed checks and tests on the suspicious file. How does it do this analysis? It does it in a safe, virtual environment. A virtual environment is like a simulated computer system created using software. It acts like a real computer, with an operating system, applications, etc., but it's not a physical machine that could be permanently damaged. A safe, virtual environment means it's completely isolated. It's like a protected test room. WildFire puts the suspicious file into this safe test room, the virtual environment. If the file tries to do anything bad, it only affects that simulated environment and cannot escape to harm WildFire's systems or other customers. Once the file is in this safe, virtual test room, WildFire runs the file and proceeds to observe its true behavior. Its true behavior refers to what the file actually does when it's executed or opened. Does it try to connect to strange websites? Does it try to copy itself? Does it try to delete or encrypt files? Does it try to modify system settings? This is the file's real actions. Observe means WildFire watches and records everything the file does in the safe environment. By observing the file's behavior, WildFire can determine if it's malicious based on its actions, even if the file's code doesn't match any known malware fingerprint. A file that tries to encrypt other files is malware, regardless of its signature. This behavioral analysis is key to finding brand new threats. So, WildFire analyzes the file in a safe, virtual environment to observe its true behavior, means that when WildFire receives a suspicious file, it runs that file inside a protected, simulated computer system in the cloud. It then carefully watches and records all the actions the file performs in that safe test environment to figure out if the file is actually malicious based on what it does. This behavioral analysis allows WildFire to identify threats that signature matching would miss. CDSS leverages global threat intelligence to classify the file as malware, greyware, phishing, or benign. Okay, let's focus on CDSS leverages global threat intelligence to classify the file as malware, greyware, phishing, or benign. This explains how the cloud-delivered security services, CDSS, make the final judgment about a file sent to WildFire. We know that WildFire, part of CDSS, analyzes a suspicious file by running it in a safe, simulated environment and watching what it does, observing its behavior. But the analysis in CDSS goes even further. CDSS leverages global threat intelligence. CDSS is the cloud-delivered security services, the powerful analysis systems in Palo Alto Networks cloud. Global threat intelligence is a massive, constantly updated collection of information about all the cyber threats being seen and analyzed by security experts all over the world. It includes details about new malware, attack methods, bad websites, and suspicious patterns discovered across many networks. Leverages means CDSS effectively uses this vast amount of global information. It doesn't just look at the single file's behavior. It compares what it sees the file doing with everything it knows about threats globally. Using the results of the behavioral analysis and this global threat intelligence, CDSS proceeds to classify the file. To classify means to put the file into a specific category based on whether it is safe or dangerous. CDSS makes the final determination about the file's true nature. The possible classifications for the file are malware. The file is definitely malicious and harmful, like a virus, ransomware, etc. Greyware. The file isn't strictly malicious, but it's potentially unwanted or behaves in a way that might be annoying or risky, like adware or certain types of potentially unwanted programs. Phishing. The file is related to attempts to trick users into revealing sensitive information, like a malicious document designed to steal login details. Benign. The file is determined to be harmless and safe. So, CDSS leverages global threat intelligence to classify the file as malware, greyware, phishing, or benign, means that after analyzing a suspicious file's behavior, the cloud-delivered security services use their access to a vast and current database of global threat information. Based on the file's actions and this worldwide threat intelligence, CDSS makes a final decision to categorize the file as either harmful, malware, greyware, phishing, or safe, benign. This comprehensive analysis and classification process ensures accurate identification of unknown threats. Security efficacy with WildFire. Let's talk about how using the WildFire service makes your overall security work better. This is security efficacy with WildFire. Security efficacy is how effective your security system is at protecting you. WildFire significantly improves this effectiveness, especially against new and unknown threats. Here's how using WildFire contributes to stronger security. 1. It provides protection against zero-day malware, threats never seen before, in near real time. Zero-day malware is harmful software that is so new that traditional security systems don't have a signature, fingerprint, for it yet. These are threats never seen before. They are very dangerous because they can sneak past standard defenses. WildFire's ability to analyze file behavior, not just signatures, allows it to detect these zero-day threats. This detection and subsequent creation of defenses happen very quickly in the cloud, often within minutes. This allows your security to provide protection against these brand new threats in near real time, almost as soon as they appear anywhere in the world. This closes the window of vulnerability against unknown threats. 2. It automatically generates and distributes new threat signatures to all Palo Alto Networks devices globally, often within minutes. Once WildFire analyzes a file and classifies it as malware, including zero-day malware, it automatically creates a brand new signature for that threat. Then, it automatically sends out this new signature to all Palo Alto Networks devices globally. Every firewall and SASE service using WildFire around the world gets updated with the new signature. This happens very rapidly, often within minutes. This rapid, global distribution of new threat information is a key strength of WildFire, quickly updating defenses everywhere against newly discovered threats. 3. It enables rapid blocking of newly identified malicious files based on cloud analysis results. When your NGFW SASE platform receives a file that was sent to WildFire, it might hold onto the file temporarily or send a safe placeholder. Once WildFire finishes its analysis in the cloud and sends back the result, e.g., this file is malware, your firewall gets the classification. This enables rapid blocking. The firewall can then immediately stop any further copies of that newly identified malicious file from entering or leaving your network, based on the cloud analysis results. In summary, security efficacy with WildFire is significantly enhanced because it provides fast protection against brand new, never-before-seen threats, zero-day malware, by analyzing their behavior in the cloud. It automatically creates and sends out new defenses, signatures, globally very quickly. This allows your security system to rapidly block these newly identified dangerous files based on the result of the cloud analysis, providing protection against the most current file-based threats. Provides protection against zero-day malware, threats never seen before, in near real time. Okay, let's focus on provides protection against zero-day malware, threats never seen before, in near real time. This is one of the most important security benefits of using WildFire. First, let's understand zero-day malware. Malware is harmful software like viruses or ransomware. Zero-day means that this specific type of malware is brand new. It's a threat that security companies and defense systems have had 0 days to learn about or create defenses against. It's a threat never seen before. Traditional security that relies only on known signatures, digital fingerprints, cannot detect zero-day malware because its fingerprint isn't on the list yet. WildFire's advanced analysis process, running the file in a safe environment to see what it does, not just checking signatures, is specifically designed to find this zero-day malware. It doesn't need to have seen the threat before. It identifies it based on its malicious actions. Once WildFire analyzes a file in the cloud and determines its zero-day malware, it quickly creates new defenses, like a new signature, and shares this information globally to all Palo Alto Networks firewalls. This whole process, from seeing the unknown file, to analyzing it in the cloud, to creating the defense, and sharing it, happens extremely quickly. This speed allows your security system, your firewall or SASE service using WildFire, to provide protection against zero-day malware almost immediately after it is first discovered anywhere in the world. Near real-time means it happens very quickly, with very little delay after the initial detection. It's not instantaneous, but it's fast enough to stop the threat before it can spread widely and cause significant damage to your network or other networks globally. So, provides protection against zero-day malware, threats never seen before, in near real time, means that because WildFire can analyze the behavior of new, unknown files in the cloud and quickly share that information globally, your Palo Alto Networks security system can detect and block harmful software that has never been seen before, often within minutes of its first appearance, providing very rapid defense against brand new threats. Automatically generates and distributes new threat signatures to all Palo Alto Networks devices globally, often within minutes. Okay, let's focus on automatically generates and distributes new threat signatures to all Palo Alto Networks devices globally, often within minutes. This is a key part of how WildFire provides protection against new threats everywhere, quickly. We know that when WildFire analyzes a suspicious file in the cloud, by running it in a safe environment, and determines that it's malicious, like zero-day malware, it needs to tell all the security devices how to recognize this new threat in the future. WildFire does this by creating a new defense mechanism. Specifically, it automatically generates new threat signatures. A threat signature is like a unique digital fingerprint for a specific piece of malware or attack pattern. Traditional security uses these signatures to identify threats. When WildFire finds a brand new threat, one that didn't have a signature before, it automatically creates this new fingerprint for it. Automatically generates means the system creates this signature by itself as a result of the analysis. Once the new signature is generated, it needs to get to your firewalls and other security devices so they can use it. WildFire distributes, sends out this new signature. Where does it send it? To all Palo Alto Networks devices globally. This is a powerful part of the WildFire cloud service. It doesn't just update your firewall. It sends the new signature out to every Palo Alto Networks firewall, PA series, VM series, CN series, and SASE service, Prisma Access, Cloud NGFWs, around the world that is using the WildFire service. And how quickly does this happen? Often within minutes. The time from when WildFire first identifies a brand new threat in the cloud to when the new signature is sent out to all connected devices globally is very short, frequently taking just a few minutes. This rapid, global distribution of new signatures is critical. It means that if zero-day malware is seen on a network in one part of the world and sent to WildFire, within minutes, every other Palo Alto Networks firewall around the globe will receive the new signature and be able to block that same malware if it tries to enter their network. So, automatically generates and distributes new threat signatures to all Palo Alto Networks devices globally, often within minutes, means that when WildFire in the cloud discovers a new threat, it quickly creates a digital fingerprint for it and immediately sends that new fingerprint out to every Palo Alto Networks firewall and SASE service worldwide. This rapid global update ensures that all connected devices are quickly armed with the information needed to block the brand new threat, often within just a few minutes of its initial discovery. Enables rapid blocking of newly identified malicious files based on cloud analysis results. Okay, let's focus on enables rapid blocking of newly identified malicious files based on cloud analysis results. This explains how the information from WildFire in the cloud is used to stop dangerous files on your network quickly. We know that your Palo Alto Networks firewall or SASE service sends suspicious files to WildFire in the cloud for analysis. WildFire performs tests, like running the file in a safe environment, and determines if the file is malicious or safe. The result of this process is the cloud analysis result, WildFire's classification of the file, malware, benign, etc. When WildFire in the cloud finishes its analysis and classifies a file as malicious, it sends that result back to your security platform, NGFW, SASE. This result includes information that helps your firewall now recognize that specific file as bad. This result enables rapid blocking of the file. Enables means it makes it possible. Rapid blocking means the firewall can stop any copies of that file very quickly. How does it do this? The firewall now knows, based on the cloud analysis results, that this specific file is malicious. It uses this information to identify any other times it sees that same file trying to enter or leave your network. Because WildFire distributes this new knowledge, like a new signature for the file, very quickly, often within minutes globally, your firewall is updated almost instantly. Now, when the firewall sees another copy of that newly identified malicious file, a file that WildFire just classified as bad, it has the information it needs to rapidly block it. It doesn't have to send it to the cloud again for analysis. It can recognize and stop it locally using the updated information it received from WildFire. This blocking happens very quickly, preventing the spread of the threat. So, enables rapid blocking of newly identified malicious files based on cloud analysis results, means that when WildFire in the cloud finishes checking a file and determines it's dangerous, your Palo Alto Networks security system gets that result quickly. This allows your firewall or SASE service to then immediately recognize and stop any other instances of that same file from moving through your network, providing fast protection against threats that were previously unknown.